Fala galera, beleza? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo no canal. Galera, estamos aqui novamente, em casa. Esse é o primeiro vídeo nesse modelo que eu estou fazendo para vocês, né? Um modelo mais de interação mesmo, né? Os nossos vídeos aqui geralmente são mais o estilo de vlog e eu decidi fazer um vídeo mais contextualizado, né? Digamos, um vídeo mais de conversa. Esclarecendo até algumas dúvidas que a galera geralmente tem aí relacionados a gente aqui na China, beleza? Então vamos começar aqui. O primeiro vídeo que a gente vai fazer é um vídeo mais experimental, né, para mostrar para vocês aí, né, como que é a ideia desse tipo de vídeo que a gente vai trazer no canal, né? Eu quero trazer bastante coisas diversificadas, né? Eu até comentei aí na barra de comunidades, né, que eu quero trazer cada vez mais conteúdos relacionados à China, né? Então, assim, o conteúdo do canal até agora tem sido vlog, né? Mostrando mais a nossa vida aqui, o que a gente está fazendo, os locais que a gente vai. Só que a gente não consegue estar mantendo esse tipo de vídeo o tempo todo, né? Até porque a gente está no inverno aqui e, como vocês sabem, é muito frio na China, né? Então chega a fazer menos 20 graus, né? Para vocês terem uma ideia, neva. Então não dá pra gente ficar saindo, gravando vídeo o tempo todo. Então eu vou fazer mais esse tipo de vídeo, né? Agora pra frente, né? Pelo menos os próximos meses aí, né? Claro, eu vou fazer também vlogs, né? Por exemplo, agora no Natal a gente vai dar uma saída e tal. Então a ideia é trazer bastante esse tipo de conteúdo também, né? De interação, misturar um pouquinho com os vlogs que a gente tem, tá? E esse primeiro vídeo aqui a gente quer conversar um pouquinho relacionado ao nosso relacionamento, né, para vocês aí. Muita gente tem curiosidade, a galera vem nos comentários aí, pergunta, como vocês se conheceram, não sei o quê. Então, a gente quer comentar um pouquinho, né, sobre a gente para vocês, tá? Então, é um vídeo também mais pessoal, digamos, né, falando sobre a gente. Porém, mais para frente também a gente vai fazer bastante coisas relacionadas à China mesmo, né? Então, eu quero trazer conteúdo relacionado à cultura chinesa, coisas relacionadas à história, enfim, ao idioma, né? Eu até penso em mais para frente gravar conteúdos de mandarim mesmo, né, para ensinar o idioma. Porém, agora a gente vai fazer uma coisa mais experimental para ver como que vai ser, né? Então, esse vídeo aqui é conversando sobre a gente, tá? Agora eu vou começar a falar em inglês e chinês aqui, tá? Porque a Cheryl, a minha namorada aqui, ela não é brasileira, né? Ela é chinesa e ela não sabe falar português. Então, a gente se comunica geralmente em inglês e chinês, tá? Então, só para dar um feedback para vocês aí. E é claro, eu vou legendar tudo certinho para vocês entenderem, né? O que a gente está falando. So maybe I was explaining to them that, in this video we will talk a little about ourselves, right? Our relationship. And I explained that now we are in winter in China, so it's very hard to go outside and filming videos like we did before, those kind of dating vlog videos. My first question to you is, I'm not your first boyfriend, right? So, well, how do you feel the experience of having a foreign boyfriend? What is the difference with Chinese guy? Tá com vergonha aqui de falar.
I don't know if it counts, like when I was in primary school.
You two talk a little louder. I think
Okay.
it will be better. So we were in primary school, right?
Primary school, I think
Mm-hmm.
there was only one.
When you
And
say primary school, what's the grade?
I'm not sure, maybe fifth?
Fifth grade.
Yeah.
Na quinta série, então, ela tá falando.
But I think at the time I was very young and I didn't consider it very serious, so I don't know if it counts.
Alright, so you had was just what we call in Brazil, ficante, né? Você teve it was not actually a boyfriend, it was just someone that you like and maybe you like each other, but
No.
well, you're really a couple. You kiss and do
No.
things that
No.
the couple usually do?
No, we were young.
Okay, so it's not like I would call real couple, right?
But actually, it had a story. I didn't like that boy,
Mm.
but he liked me. So after the school, he stopped me on the way and forced me to be his girlfriend. And I was scared, so I said, okay.
Well, é que eu falei, né? Tipo, ela falou que teve um namoradinho, digamos, de escola na quinta série, né? Que o menino meio que forçou ela a ser namorada dele, né? Tipo, ah, não, quero que você seja minha namorada, e ela aceitou na pressão, né? Mas assim, no Brasil isso é bem normal. In Brazil, that's very common. On school, usually you have many boyfriends, girlfriends in school, but they're not actually your boyfriend, as I mean, it's exactly, right? Because it's not something very close that you kiss, you do things that usually, couples would do. So I don't consider it too much. But what was your first boyfriend? In fact, that someone you really had a relationship, you kiss, and etc.
Oh, it's after that in middle school.
Okay, middle school.
Yeah, 14 years old.
Oh, 14 years old, eu tinha 14 anos. I think in Brazil it would be, acho que seria tipo primeiro ano, oitava série, né, do ensino fundamental, ensino médio. Ok, então ela tinha 14 anos na época, né, ela falou aqui. E aí foi o primeiro namorado que ela realmente, digamos, foi namorado mesmo, né, que, digamos, ela beijou e tal, né, coisa mais como a gente tem realmente, né, no Brasil, digamos, né. Até que na China tem uma diferença muito grande, galera. Aqui os pais, eles são muito rígidos, né, com os filhos. Então, acontece muito de ter, né, que nem no Brasil, paixonite, escola, essas coisas é normal, né. Eu acho que acontece em qualquer lugar. Agora, ter relacionamento mesmo, de beijar, não sei o que, isso daí é mais alguma coisa que geralmente é muito mais pra frente, tá? E tem muita gente aqui que, inclusive, vai ficar até, sei lá, até a faculdade sem ter namorado, né? Sem nunca ter beijado, nem nada do tipo. Okay, so I explained to them that here in China, it's pretty common that, for example, you go to university and you never had a boyfriend, you never had a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Yeah. So, well,
I mean, it's pretty normal because before you go to university, every teacher, they will forbid you to have romantic relationship with your mates, with your schoolmates or your classmates. It's forbidden in school. Because teachers will consider this will influence your study.
So every relationship you have in school is hidden from teachers, right?
Of course.
And your family, they will never know such things.
No, that's why in middle school, both of my teacher and my parents know it.
Usually when they know, it's because they will find out, right? They will see you.
Oh yes, I won't tell them.
Yeah, you never tell them. It's different. For example, in Brazil, I have a friend, my best friend since I was a child, Rodrigo. We grew up together, and I remember when he was a kid, something like 14 years old, he already had girlfriends in Brazil, and his mom would even joke about that, say, "Oh, Rodrigo has a girlfriend." It's pretty common. They won't forbid you to have a partner.
But I think it depends. Like some parents, they will mind only because their children, their study is really good. That means such things won't influence the study. And most of the parents, Chinese parents, they will forbid this.
Yeah, and what is the reason why, in your opinion, they would forbid their children to have a relationship? It's just that they were worried, for example, you do something, in Brazil it's pretty common that the teenagers will get pregnant.
Oh yeah, I think this is the most important reason. The second one is it will influence the study because we consider we pay much attention to the study in China.
Yes. So, galera, aqui na China vocês têm que entender que a competitividade, né, é muito diferente do Brasil, né, e o pessoal aqui leva muito a sério isso, né, os estudos e tal. Então, aqui, todo adolescente, né, toda criança, ela é incentivada desde criança pelos pais ali a estudar muito, né, então essa é a diferença do Brasil, né, no Brasil isso daí é meio relaxado, né, os pais geralmente não ligam muito, não tem aquela pressão de, não, meu filho tem que ir para a faculdade, não sei o quê, né, e ser o melhor, né, porque aqui tem muita gente também, né, tem esse motivo, mas aqui é muito comum, todo mundo vai para a faculdade e tal, todo adolescente que se forma, né, no ensino médio geralmente vai para a faculdade, é muito raro um adolescente não ir para a faculdade, tá? Então a pressão aqui é muito grande dos pais, né, e geralmente eles não querem que os filhos tenham relacionamento justamente por isso, né, porque isso vai atrapalhar a performance do filho, né? E talvez o filho não vai conseguir ir para a faculdade, né? Para uma boa faculdade, então é por isso, né? Esse é o maior motivo, na minha opinião. Continuando, né? Vamos continuar aqui. So now, baby, I will ask you, what about other partners you had after that? Did you have how many?
After that one, I mean, before I entered the university, there was nothing anymore.
Okay. These your boyfriends were more like the experience of actually boyfriend, right? So you kiss, do things that usually before, it's harder to do. You don't have this, but did your parents know that? Did they support or not?
No.
You never told them, right?
Yes, because as I said, that thing when I was in middle school, my parents and my teacher, they knew that I had a boyfriend, so I was scared that my parents wouldn't support us again. So I never told them.
I see. You told me before that you had a boyfriend, and when your parents knew that, they forced you to break up, right?
Oh yes, I was actually it was on the weekend, and my boyfriend, he invited me to go to his university in another city. So I considered I want to go there, but obviously I couldn't tell my mom, so I faked the reason that I wanted to hang out with my friend. So his dad drive the taxi and take me there. My mom, he knew that I lied to her in that morning because my friend's home is there and I went this way. So my mom knew that I lied to her. And I went to another city and go to see him. We had a good time, but when on the way back home, my mom asked me, "Where are you now?" So my heart was like, I was so scared my mom will find out, and she found out. So I had to tell her all of the things. Then my mom asked me a lot of questions about this boy, like his parents, their jobs and their background, something like that. Then when I remember his mom was in the restaurant, and his dad is a taxi driver. So my mom said, "No, you can't. Right now you need to focus on your studies instead of these things." I had to tell my boyfriend.
You think it was prejudice of your parents, your mom, because of his parents?
I don't know, because I didn't ask my mom the real reason. But 2 years ago, she said I can't. I really don't know.
Yeah. So in your opinion, since we met each other, what's the big difference of having a foreigner boyfriend and a Chinese boyfriend for you? I'm not only saying about Brazilians itself, I think, well, but in the same way as you mentioned before, I'm not the typical Brazilian. I have many differences with most of Brazilians. For example, I explained to her that I never had a girlfriend before, so I never had a girlfriend. And for someone like me, I was 26 years old. I only had maybe one friend that was almost as old as me, and he never had a girlfriend either. And my brother, his first girlfriend, he was 25 years old. So, well, I'm not the typical Brazilian. I think I'm more like Asian than Brazilian.
Yeah.
Because I was not the typical Brazilian that would go out and I would do things that Brazilians usually do. And I can also talk for foreigners as in general, like the Westerns, because as you know, there's so many countries and every culture is different, right? But what's the experience and what are you seeing different from me and your other boyfriends? Yeah, you can be honest. You don't need to say something good only.
Okay. Let me think. I think the biggest difference is, you often tell me that, no matter what I will do, you will always support me. I think this one is very important, since, well, maybe one of my boyfriends, he told me before, but not that often, and I didn't see how much he gave me this advantage, but you gave me a lot on this thing. Like, really.
I think none of your boyfriends were crazy as I was, right? Doing things like I did, coming to China, but what else you see difference of a Brazilian and a Chinese guy?
Just what you said, you really did something beyond my imagination, that when I still couldn't believe you really fly to China and see me, and now we are living together. I don't think one of my boyfriends, he will really do such things.
Yeah. Actually, neither I believe. Sometimes I still feel confused when I wake up and realize I'm in China. This is pretty common for me. And, well, but what else? I mean, for example, in personality, what's the difference for you in the Chinese guy and Western Brazilian? Is there some difference? They like to say sweet things, and usually I have watched some videos and foreigners say that the Brazilians, they like to say love words and such things that I think Chinese people don't do much.
Yes.
Not only boys, but girls either.
Maybe my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriends, they would say such things, love words on WeChat, on QQ, but they seldom see such things in reality to me. Maybe we could say, oh, I love you and good night on WeChat, but we wouldn't see such things when we really meet. That's strange, right?
Yeah. So why do you think they're shy and they can't say in person?
Yes, I think it's our culture. We don't say such sweet things to each other very often. Like, we prefer to show our love through the actions.
Yes, I've heard before. I think the Asians are more like, they like to do things.
Yeah.
They, for example, if they love someone,
Like,
they will give a lot of gifts. And
action speak louder than words.
Yes, it makes sense, actually. When you, I don't think, for example, giving gifts is something like, oh, I'm showing true love. But I mean, for example, when you really care of someone, you will not only say that, but you will show that.
Yeah, just like you did both of them, like action and word.
Mm, okay, thank you. But well, so in my opinion, I think the main difference of having a Chinese girlfriend and I can compare to Brazilians itself is the culture, the difference of values. So in Brazil, when I was in Brazil, I used to consider all the time, if I would have a Brazilian girlfriend, it would be hard for me to keep a relationship for a long time because nowadays it's pretty common for the teenagers to enter in a relationship, but after some time they will break up, just like happened to my brother. He was almost to get married and suddenly his girlfriend gave up, and this is pretty common in the West. I think it's mostly due to the influence of friends, and they will be like, oh no, you're too young, you get married. They wanted to hang out, to go to to do things that teenagers usually do. So this is pretty common in the West, and I think there is a maybe a difference of values. In China, people are more like not only China but Asian countries in general. So they're more caring about family, about building future. They consider more, how to be your life with someone. They don't. They spend. I think the teenagers here, usually in China, they will spend their lives thinking how they can build their future with their family, their future family. They will save money, do things that usually in the West you don't do.
Yeah.
So it's pretty common here. For example, I was explaining to my mom, when you're a kid, your parents will start saving money for you, mainly if you're a boy. So when you get married in the future, you have a lot of money to buy your house.
Yes, that's true.
And well, this is something that actually was the same before in the West. This was pretty common. When you would get married, you would save money, you would give the wife, the future wife, your future wife family, something to make sure they really want to get into a relationship. But nowadays this is completely different, and maybe for me this is what calls my attention the most. I'm sure that I can really live a life with, in my case, I'm living with you. Since the moment we decide that we really love each other, I believe I can truly trust, that we will spend all, just like we often say, we spend all our lives together. And this is something that I seek for, and this is what I expect, for a future. And the main difference I see. And something else, as I said, I never had a Brazilian girlfriend, so I can tell.
You can't compare.
Yes, I can't compare, but I can tell what I see, right? My friends' experience and other people's experience. And usually, well, I think Brazilian girls, they're more lazy than the Chinese. Lazy, yes. For example, not only girls, right? This is something of teenagers. They don't want to work hard, they don't want to study.
Do you think is it because you don't have much pressure? Like with Chinese students, we know if we don't work hard, if we don't study hard, we won't even find a job because we have a lot of people in China.
Maybe. I don't know exactly, but I think maybe it's more like the Westerns. They don't care much if they will have a very good job or not. If they would just have a random job. Since they can survive, this is enough. Yeah, they don't care much. The Asians, I think the Asians are more like they're hard striving. They like to reach goals. They want to be rich. They want.
Every parent, they want their child to be the best.
Yes, and well, this is something I see here in the West. Of course, I can compare to, in the West, in China. This is something I can compare to the whole West because, of course, there are many countries and every country is different. For example, if you go to some European countries, Nordic countries, they have much better life qualities than, for example, we have in Brazil. And the education is much better, everything is much better. So, of course, I can talk for them, right? But, well, we're comparing to Brazil. I think the Brazilians are more lazy. Not only Brazilians. This is something from, I think, American continent. Not only Brazilians, but maybe Americans. They're all lazy. You can see some videos of Justin Bieber. He's giving interview and he doesn't know how many continents we have in the planet Earth. He was saying they asked him to name each continent, and he said America, United States is a continent, and he called Canada as a continent either. Canada is his country, right? You know. So this is the difference. You know, Westerns are lazy. They don't care much of learning. People even joke saying that Americans think that there is only America in the world. They know nothing about other countries. If you ask where is China, where is Brazil, they have no idea.
And they always confuse China and Japan.
Yeah, this is not only the US. So I think that's it. You have something else to say about Brazilians? How's been your experience? Are you liking or not? We
Of
have
course,
been together.
almost half a year.
Yes.
We've been together.
How do you feel? Like, is it much different from how it used to be online? And is it better, worse? How do you feel?
I think it's just like my imagination. Like every day with you, it's very interesting, and every day is new. Like I could find something interesting, something meaningful. Like you can teach me a lot of things every day. You can show me, you can tell me, and we can share a lot of funny things.
Not only I can teach you, but you teach me all the time, either obviously. So it's a share, we are sharing things together all the time. This is cool.
I think this is very good for a relationship. Like we would have, every day we would have different topics. Every day is new for us.
A gente tem muita diferença, né, de cultura, então todo dia pra gente é uma novidade, né, galera? A gente tá o tempo todo conversando sobre coisas que são novas pra mim aqui, né? Tipo, geralmente quase todo dia a gente faz uma coisa diferente, uma comida diferente, né? A gente vê alguma coisa diferente, vídeos diferentes, então eu tô o tempo todo aprendendo com ela. Isso é muito legal, né? Até porque, como eu sou estudante, né? Como eu aprendo mandarim e tal, é muito legal você aprender sobre a cultura do país, né? Não é só você aprender o idioma. Então, ter uma pessoa nativa é muito bom também. E é claro, ela também aprende muito comigo, não só sobre o Brasil, mas em geral, né? Eu tenho bastante conhecimento sobre outros países também, né? Até porque eu falo outros idiomas, né? Eu estudo também há bastante tempo, outras coisas. Então, a gente acaba compartilhando bastante conhecimento. So that's it, baby, for this video. Well, I think we will film more videos like this now on. Do you like this kind of video? How is it?
It's good, just like the way we talk every day. Actually, you can tell them we often talk like this.
Yeah, this is the difference, because you know the daily vlogs video, we would just show up things and we don't talk much, and people usually they have curiosity of how's your life and what we do and how we met each other. So we will film more videos like this later, such things, you know, because we are not the only ones. We use a Chinese social media called Xiaohongshu, which we can see all the time foreigners that will met Chinese girls or Chinese men, mostly Chinese girls. And you know, I'm not the only couple. We are not the only couple here, right? There are so many people who follow the same way as we did. So that's it for this video. E é isso aí, galera. Espero que vocês tenham gostado desse vídeo, né? Aqui é com minha namorada Cheryl. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. A gente vai gravando mais vídeo pra vocês aí nesse formato, tá bom? Deixa o like aí, se inscreva no canal. O mais importante de tudo, galera, eu sempre falo, se inscrever no canal porque vocês vão receber mais vídeos nossos, né? Então, vocês podem estar acompanhando aí toda a jornada do que a gente faz aqui na China, beleza? E é isso aí. A gente se vê no próximo vídeo. Um grande abraço e até a próxima. 再见.
再见。
Tchau, tchau. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.